Hello.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I'm Jessica. Sorry, my dogs are just.
Hi,
I'm
puppy.
Jessica. I'm the project manager at Essential Outreach.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hold on. Let me switch my Wi-Fi really. Or no, it's on the good one. Okay. Can you hear me okay and everything?
I can hear you just fine.
Sometimes it puts me on the bad Wi-Fi. Um, so I just have a series of questions that I'm gonna go over with you
First, are you,
quickly.
are you recording this?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. All right. It was okay if you were. I just wanted him to know.
No, I'm not. I'm just going to go over a series of questions and I'm going to be taking notes
That sounds
throughout
great.
that. I did see that you're currently head of IT at Eisenhower.
Yes.
So tell me a little about that.
So my job is to oversee each individual department, and it's mostly the elementary that I oversee. But as each of the classrooms, they're moving into more digital, especially now with everything being online. You have kids that are in school or not, and so my job right now is to come in and make sure that the teachers are able to access their online everything with kids being at home while they're also teaching kids in the classroom, making sure that the interface that we have works with what they need, and it's super easy for the kids to use because there's nothing more frustrating than a 7-year-old trying to learn history and
Yeah.
not being able to get it, and a teacher trying to work through that and everything. So
Yeah. Well, your role's crucial right now with all the online school going on.
absolutely.
So, are you working remotely for that position or do you go
So
in?
I mostly work at home, and I basically keep track of everything that needs to be done in the schools, whether it's happening right now or in the future. And then I go in once the building is like been emptied out of all the students and everything. If there's a need during the day, I do have staff on site that will come in and just put like a roll-in cart of a different system so that the teachers can get all that set up right away. And then I come in and then hardcore rewire and set up and all that.
How frequently is that when you go in?
Um, right now it varies. Sometimes everything's really great, and sometimes everything's absolutely awful. It seems to come in waves, but I'd say on average like 3-4 times a week that I'd go in the evenings and do a couple of classrooms. But it's generally at least one time, at least one room every single time I have to go in. So it's pretty.
And is it usually always in the evening like that? Like when the kids are out?
That's when they want me in the building because I have to go through like the wires are everywhere, and so it's just and try to do that like while the kids are there. It just be an absolute nightmare, and to try to like disrupt what they're doing is just kind of a mess. So we let the teacher kind of
Yeah.
do what she needs to do or he while they're there, and then when class is all or when the kids go into recess, sometimes like I'm available, like I'll go in during recess or gym time or depending on what the fix is. But other than that, it's pretty much in the evenings. Just but again, I can control that and the timing of everything.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna ask you a few questions and I'll be taking notes over here.
Sure, sure.
If you had to choose one, would you consider yourself being a big picture person or a detail oriented person?
Something really cool. My therapist actually just last week told me that I have mathematical intelligence. I am like the 4% of the entire population. I can see both big picture and small picture. I can see an entire event, like every detail that needs to be taken care of, and like on the table, what like if it's a wedding sort of thing, like what needs to go on the table. And so it's kind of bizarre because like my boyfriend, he's not big picture. He's so small picture. And I was telling my therapist like how frustrating it is like to always have to like listen to all this like his tiny little problems when I'm like, well, here's the big picture, and she's like, well, he's the normal one, you're the weird one. So all that to say, I'm both because I can do a big picture and I also can see the details, and those are the things that like 3 o'clock in the morning I'm awake and I'm thinking about it, and that's just what my mind is doing. So it's pretty, yeah, I can do both.
Okay, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I'm definitely more detailed.
that's what she said. I was
That's
like,
different.
she goes, "You're the weird one. Like only 4% of the population is just like you." And I'm like, "Well, hot diggity, I'm elite." And she's like, "No, it makes you weird." And I'm like, "What? Whatever. It's fine. Whatever."
That's funny.
Yeah.
What techniques and tools do you use to keep yourself organized?
So I am old school. I have notebooks and I use post-it notes. I have my house is covered in post-it notes, whether it's like on the washing machine or on my kitchen fridge or on my bedroom fridge or on my television. Like I literally have post-its everywhere, unless my cat eats them, and then Ralph's it up on the carpet. Like, buddy, I love you, but you literally just ate like my notes for the day, and that applies to my grocery list, and I have no idea what I need. And of course, I can't make a new one. I have to like completely reset my entire week because that's just how that works. So I love notebooks. I also do. I use my phone a lot for like calendar and stuff because that's a great tool, and like I can set the reminder and things like that. But I love paper. I love to see it all. That's part of like big picture, small picture, like being able to see like each day this is what it is, but in a whole, like all these different notes and stuff. So I have pens and everywhere. There's post-it notes everywhere. It's great. The small ones, big ones, little ones, I don't care. Lined, I don't care. The round ones, those are cool too, but I like square. It's a little more, traditional. It's fine. I'll branch out like some neon ones. Like I know the yellow ones, like the OG post-its, but I kind of like the bright color ones. Like, it just kind of makes like you feel happy. Like when you have like a to-do list and it's like hot pink, like I'm in. I'm good. That's awesome. It's so good.
That's funny. I'm definitely a paper and pen gal too.
See?
I like
it's so good.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Describe how you would handle a situation if you were required to finish multiple tasks by the end of the day and there was no conceivable way that you could finish them.
Okay. Well, I probably first would find like a quiet room, like a corner of a space that nobody occupies. Take a big deep breath in and exhale. Ah! And I would just go back to my desk and I would then look at what I need to do, and probably the one that requires the most detail, like this is the most important one. That's the one I would get through, and then think about how much time the very next morning I would need to have to do the other ones I wasn't able to do, and just apologize and hope for the best.
Okay. Good answer.
That's how I do that.
What kind of oversight and interaction would your ideal boss provide?
Donuts.
Hands on, hands off.
Donuts are great. I'm more of a hands-off person. You give me a task, I'm going to get it done. No news is good news. I'm just going to assume that if you don't say anything to me, we're fine. If you have beef, tell me. I have no problem with I like constructive criticism. If something's not right, tell me what it is and I'll fix it. But don't not tell me and then be upset that it's not done well over and over and over again. Just tell me, I'll fix it. I would rather things be done the way that you want them. But I don't feel like I need to be micromanaged. That's just me. I'm more like that type A, first order. I'm the oldest in my family, strong, independent woman. So I'm fine being corrected. That's fine. Tell me. I work really well with boundaries. So you tell me what I need to do, and that's how I'll do it. And I don't need to go outside the box unless you say, I need this done. Do it the best way you think possible. And then I'm just gonna, big picture, little picture. I'm gonna 4% that sucker. So yeah.
There you go. To your advantage.
Yeah.
So this position requires that you maintain a multitude of detailed tasks constantly. If a task happens to slip through the cracks and you realize you have dropped the ball, how would you handle it?
First off, I'd find the person I let down, just apologize. I'm so sorry that I didn't get this done. I would own it. My fault. I dropped the ball. Not a problem. So sorry that I forgot to do the thing you wanted me to do, but I just had a lot going on, and then I would then just take over the list of whatever needed to get done. And again, the people who were underneath me, guys, I'm so sorry. I did not mean for that to happen. I'm so sorry. That won't happen again. And I appreciate your support, and I will just continue to do my best. That's how that would work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any experience with Shopify?
No, not that I'm aware of, no. But I'm a fast learner. If you show me once, I'm good to go. I had a piano teacher when I was little. I used to play by ear, and she hated that I wouldn't read the music. I could do that too, but I was faster learning by ear. So I'd say, play it for me. So she'd play it for me, even if it was like a Beethoven piece. And I would just watch what her fingers did. And then I would, as I'm remembering what she did and the notes, I would just start doing it from there. So like, I know I'm an old dog, but I can learn new tricks. I do not fit into that whole stereotype. You teach me and I'll learn, and I'm with you. I'm there.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Good. So would you say you're pretty good at multitasking?
I'm amazing at multitasking. Like, literally, like on the way to this parking spot, I was on my phone and I was eating a different donut. This is my second donut. And I had a cup of coffee, and I was also fixing my eyelashes because I just got new ones filled because I love the fake eyelashes. I think they're awesome. But it was a little windy today and they got a little concocted. And so I had to fix them, but I didn't hit anything. And I mean, I feel like that is just like a stellar multitasking situation.
Yeah. I mean,
not
definitely.
safe. I understand. Like, don't, if you know anybody who's a driver's training instructor, like, don't tell them, because I know that's not ideal. But I did pass my road test the 4th time, and it's fine. I'm fine now. No tickets, no bad experience. Does this job require driving?
No.
That's probably for the best. Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, good.
Let's see. Are you looking for something long term?
I like to stay where I'm put. Wherever I land, I like to stay there. And I had this job, and don't judge me, you seem like a very nice girl, but I worked for Hooters for 19 years, and unfortunately, after 35, they just kind of fire you. They don't want you after 35. Like, nobody wants to see all this. So I was bummed that I couldn't work. Like, why don't you just go, like, stay in the back and, like, wrap napkins? I'm like, absolutely. And I do not want to wrap napkins. Like, I was born to be in the front. And a lot of the guys were, like, liked me, but, you know, Hooters, they just, you know, 35 and up, can't have those saggy situation up front. And I'm like, that's just sad. So long-term's fine. Long-term's fine. And during the day's great, because then, like, my kid can go to school and I can work from home, and it's great. And then the nights when stuff goes wrong at their school, I can swing in and do what needs to be done. Like, it just seems great. It's ideal.
Oh, good. Let's see. How do you feel about answering messages and emails during the evenings and weekends during peak times? So this client, they have peak times, I would say probably twice a year, where they see an influx in customer service requests. So for example, Valentine's Day was just, now it's February, so almost 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. And we were kind of all hands on deck working on the weekends when we normally wouldn't. So how would you feel about having to go out of the way to handle certain situations like that?
So I know that Whitney Houston said that she believes that children are the future, but if we're honest, if we look at kids, they're a hot wreck. They're going places, but it ain't college. So as far as like their education, like that's great, and I'd love to have to like rewire stuff, but if this is a need, I'll just make sure like this is a thing that happens. So those kids will be fine. I mean, back in the day, I didn't have a computer. We didn't do anything with computers, and I turned out just fine. For the most part, yeah, it's fine. So if like their computers go down for a day, I don't need to worry about that. This would come first because I like everything that you guys do. This sounds awesome.
Oh, sorry, I have a delivery and
the dog is protecting you. I understand. My cats are the exact same way.
That's his job.
Yeah.
Are you someone that answers text messages right away, or do you circle back to respond?
Depends on what our history is. If we had beef in the past, I'm going to let it sit there for a second. And I also don't have the read thing on. So if you send me a text and I see it, you don't know that I saw it.
You don't know. Yeah, that's how I am too.
It's none of your business whether I saw it or not. I'll get to it when I get to it. But for the most part, like my mom, I will immediately text her back. Like my best friend from high school that like I don't see anymore, and she's like, "Hey, I thought of you." I'm like, "That's nice." And I send her like a cute little emoji, but that's it. So, again, prioritizing. If they're important, I will respond. But if I'm like, I didn't even like you in high school. Why would I respond to you now? So like, whatever. But work stuff, obviously, that's top. That's up there. So yeah.
I'm good. So I saw on
Hey, get out of the way! Sorry.
What was that?
This biker like almost hit my side view mirror. Like, get out of here. I'm parked here. You can't see me. I'm in a freaking white Impala. It's daylight. Sorry.
I saw that you can work up to 33 hours.
Yes.
What would be like ideal for you?
I mean, 9 to 2, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Like, yeah, like 5 hours a day. If I need to work like 6-hour days, like that's fine too. But starting like earlier in the morning is fine. I wouldn't do before 9, sleeping and everything. But I can start at 9, 8 maybe if need be. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's really it for now. I'll reach out to you if we have any additional questions, but do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, like roughly when would you need this position filled? Like if you were to hire me, and there's no pressure, I'm not saying you would or anything, but like when would I start, just so I can kind of...
We're looking to fill the position ASAP.
Like Monday?
Most likely, yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay.
What are you doing?
Hey, Sugar Buns. Hey, so I'm in the middle of this this interview, and it's going really well. Like, I'm really excited. She's so sweet. She has this awesome dog. Oh my gosh. But I have a question. If I were to start on Monday, remember when I had my belly button surgically to look like a star? No, I'm on mute. She can't hear me. No. So remember when I had that surgery and my belly button now looks like a star? Okay, well, I have a nipple reconstruction on Thursday. So do you think this will have any... No, you think I'm fine? Yeah, I just don't remember because I had a lot of anesthesia, and I just want to make sure like I didn't like think it went well and it didn't. No. Okay. I love you too. Oh. Well, that sounds like fun. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, love you. Okay, love you. Bye. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't want to have any issues. I have an upcoming really important medical procedure, so I just wanted to make sure that we were all good to go there. So
no worries.
Yeah. Again, I want to do the job well, so like if it's going to interfere, I want to let you know up front. I don't want this to be an issue, and like it's not good.
I think that's it for now. I'll reach out if we have any questions.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
Thank you, Sarah.
No, thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Namaste.
Bye.